Hello, fellow YouTubers. Welcome back to the Trouble 8385 show. So today, before I get into some things going on in my life, first I'm going to get into something I heard on the radio yesterday that absolutely made me crack me up. Sometimes you laugh at how people get on their high horse for some of the stupidest things that are out there. People were getting on their high horse on the radio the other day about Hallmark Cards. Because Hallmark Cards is now releasing an unemployment card that basically, sorry for the loss of your job. And they said the reason they're doing this is because they had a lot of requests for this. And they were attacking Hallmark on the radio saying, people didn't request this. And it's funny because people go to stores and request things all the time. I'm not exactly surprised that people would request this card, because maybe a bunch of people they know got laid off and they don't know how to hope things get better kind of thing. They don't know what kind of card's the right card to get, right? People are kind of programmed these days. Everything has to be categorized, so maybe why isn't there an unemployment card? Why isn't there a card that you just lost your job? And it kind of made me laugh. They even went further attacking Hallmark because some of the cards had comedy in it. What are you supposed to do, right? Sorry you suck at your job. Sorry you lost your job. I mean, what were they supposed to do, right? I mean, that's what makes me laugh. People get worked up about the dumb. It's just a Hallmark card, right? I mean, it means nothing, but yet people get worked up about those things. It just absolutely cracks me up. You know what? One of the things about a free capitalist, a capitalist market is that if you can make money, make money. If they got to change with the times, they can't stay in the past. One of the things people don't understand about companies is they can never stay in the past. They have to move with the times. If they don't, they get buried. That's why a lot of these companies that never change go away, because you have to change with the times. And so this is one of the things where so many people getting laid off and the things the way they are, it's just only makes sense that they do this. And so, my son's feeling a little bit better. Yesterday he had to go to the doctor because he had a little fever and everything, and they gave him prescription stuff. And see, one of the things about being a parent today with doctors is why I like my doctor. My wife trusts my doctor because we had a situation with my son when he was really young where the doctor we were going to, and because we were on the state medical card at the time, she's used to dealing with younger couples that can't do anything. So basically you either do what she said. If you didn't do what she said, she reported you to the state. So my son wasn't gaining weight, and so she called in a person about his eating, and they called in linguistic tech, all his motor skills and all the other junk, and he passed all that stuff and threatened her, reported him. We just said, heck with this, we got a hold of the state, found another doctor close by, and we switched over. But normally she's in a case where there's younger people who don't know what to do, and she bullies them into doing what she wants. And by the way, it doesn't matter, because at my son's age, every kid is different, by the way, in development, when they learn how to speak and all the other motor skills. This is one of the things that people get. Sometimes you get too worked up with my kid's got to be on this curve because this is the average curve. Every kid is different. You need to relax. The only time you need to worry is if there's clear signs that maybe there's some kind of mental thing or development thing that maybe you should get them checked out, right? But most kids, when they start talking, a lot of stuff to them. Once they start talking, sometimes you're like, I wish they weren't talking anymore. But so anyway, but still sometimes you're like, oh well, allergies, so you got to give them nebulizer treatment. And in a couple weeks my son's going in for allergy test just to see what's really going on. Maybe he has allergies, maybe he doesn't. You always hope they don't have anything. See, I'm being, the father, I'm like very, the protector thing kicks in. I can't even my son get a shot because I want to protect him. I can't see him in pain. That's just, I can't do it. So all those things my wife does, she can handle that stuff. But for me, it's just, I just can't handle that. Call me a wimp, whatever you want, but that thing, I see him suffer, just breaks my heart. So anyway, we went to Sonic yesterday. If you've never been to a Sonic drive-thru, restaurant, fast food place, Sonic is kind of like a harken to the older days where you can go inside if you want to, but the fun of going to Sonic is you can park your car outside next to the menu speaker, order your meal, a person comes out on roller skates, deliver your food, you eat your food in your car. I have been in one of these places since I was a little kid. The town outside of Marshall, Illinois, where I grew up, Ottawa, Illinois, has a place called Oswego. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been there in years to see. And they had a drive where you could drive up and order your food in your car. And so it was kind of cool to do that. My son had never done it before. He had a field day. He loved it. He loved the idea of being able to eat in the car. Kind of like not being able to eat at the kitchen table, but being able to eat, in the living room thing. And they had a mascot there, which was a drink, Sonic drink running around. And my son looked at him and goes, I want to see the crazy guy. And so when the waitress, comes up, she goes, does he want to see the mascot? And the reason she asked is some kids are scared or terrified of the mascot. Like they'll bring the mascot up, the kid just starts screaming, right, crying. And he wanted to see it, and so they brought him over, and they give him certain color balloons, and he got a red balloon, and he was just happy as can be. So it was a real fun experience. We had a great time there. And tomorrow he's going to his grandparents for the weekend because we're going up north, not up near Chicago, Illinois. It's funny. The 3 girls my wife used to babysit when they were young kids. The middle kid is now getting married, out of college, and so we're going to the wedding on Saturday. And it makes you feel old because I remember meeting these kids when we were dating a long time ago, and they were just kids, and now they're adults, and it makes you go, wow, where did the time go sometimes? So we're going up to their wedding, and then Sunday's going to be kind of a little emotional because on Sunday up north is where my son who died's buried, and we're going to go by his grave. So that's going to be kind of, the next day is going to be kind of emotional. And my son doesn't understand all that yet, so he'll be at his grandparents. He's going to have a ball there. He'll be there playing, could care less. Grandparents are on my son's level of importance as his grandparents, so he's going to be there playing. Could care less about us until he has to come home. So that means tomorrow, not only will we be able to make another community video because he's going to be leaving earlier in the day when I get off work, but that means this weekend I might be able to get a little gaming in, which is really cool, and clean up. The place is a mess. But again, that's enough for now, guys. So till next video.